Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Boy, I love all those butterflies at the end. I was like,
I
wow,
know it's for Katie Soma Fusion.
that's so beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
So wonderful this morning. It's a
Yes,
lovely day.
lovely, lovely overcast
Rainy,
day.
rainy, cool day. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is here in Michigan. Um, yeah, I was like thinking, man, maybe I need a sweater. I'm cold. I'm sitting by the windows. It's a little cold.
yeah. I grabbed a sweater for
Yeah.
sure. It was a little chilly this morning.
I thought, oh well, I'll push through it. It'll keep me awake. That's what you do when you didn't get a lot of sleep the night before. You're like,
Yeah, I didn't get very much sleep last night at all
yeah.
either. Yeah, it was kind of
You
a,
know, I
I
read
don't know.
yesterday, there was a bunch of stuff going on in the system, you know what I mean, with the moon
Mhm.
star system. There was a retrograde of something. I was reading a bunch of it yesterday and I was like, wow, I wonder if this has anything to do with not sleeping well.
Yeah.
You know, because there is a lot of stuff happening and different energetic pulls and stuff. So
So
yeah.
I just, I just joined Astrology in Your Pocket.
Okay.
Um, it's very interesting. She gives you like a daily reading that's
Like
like
update.
audio, yeah, but then throughout the day kind of tells you what's shifting and in the system because I think I talk about this on other podcasts that I find it incredibly interesting. But I don't understand it, and I don't know that I understand what I'm getting now. Like, but I think just the exposure and then
Do
her
we have to
explaining it.
understand it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I just like to understand it, which is different than I understand what this is where they people that study it, this is where they derive the horoscopes from, I guess, but it's different. Does that make Am I making sense or just
Yeah, you're trying, yeah. Well, you like us, the astronomy and astrology are two different sort of paths, Uh,
right, right.
you know, yeah, for like an astrological, I can't even talk this morning. Astrological reading,
Mhm.
is different than I mean, but yet they're two the same. You know what I mean? If you're studying astronomy,
Mhm.
you're gonna sort of move into a little of astrology and because you connect the dots of what is going on in the heavenlies, and it's very powerful. So
Mhm.
I think it all has a lot it builds momentum and makes us feel helps I think us feel we don't some people really feel more than others. Some people, I mean, I
Right,
talk to people, they don't feel nothing. I don't feel nothing. We're in a retrograde, really. I don't feel nothing. you
right.
know
I don't know.
or it's a full moon, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. So
And
I was just going to read it. I was going to read a little bit of
yeah,
it
go
too.
for
So
it.
this morning at 5:43 a.m. Of course, I didn't get that because I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I didn't get it like as it came in. It says Venus quintile juniper, fabulous fun, yes, yes, yes energy. No hesitation, just enjoy. Your leap of faith will be rewarded. Love, Anne.
Ah.
So I mean, so they're doing this all around the world, like it goes to anybody that, that wants to join. So the 5:43 in the morning isn't necessarily significant for me, but it might be somebody's midday somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
So at 7:45 a.m., maybe, I don't know, I think that's how that works. I don't know. Mercury in Taurus conjunct Juno in Sag.
Sagittarius. Yeah.
What's Juno?
Uh, what did you know? I thought. I thought
Maybe it's shorthand for Jupiter or something.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Um, renegotiate partnership dynamics to make them work better for all concerned. Direct and straightforward communication is rewarded. Love Ann.
Hmm. Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
I think that's sort of like leans with what I read yesterday. That we're in a huge time of communication, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's funny then when you're like maybe that's why you don't want to sleep because you want to communicate.
Right.
I need to communicate with somebody.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. That's good though. Very good. Uh, yeah. And
So
very
this is
interesting.
this is our first week since joining a Soma Fusion
Usually-
Media.
Yeah.
I'm having a rough time,
It's
and it's been very productive.
I,
What?
I said high five. Me too. We're on the same page today. Uh,
Yeah, it's been very productive working with Soma, Katie over at Soma. I can't talk.
yes.
Maybe you should just do the podcast
I need
today. Just
you.
you by yourself.
Yeah, I know. No, I need you. No.
She did remind me though. She was like, if you're going live, like this is actually a broadcast,
Yes.
not a podcast. Like there's a difference. I just called it whatever.
Right. Right.
But that's okay. So yeah, it's our first time joining them, and I think it'll be good for us. I don't know that um, she can rebroadcast our show that's at like this one, and I
Okay.
think that's just because of the schedule. Not sure how that works. So it's our first kind of go at it, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. Awesome to expand out there and make new connections, new faces and new places. That's, you have to constantly be growing and expanding or you're just becoming stagnated. And so
Right.
I'm all for expansion for sure in meeting new people and expanding ourselves out there. So I'm just super stoked. I'm like really for sure. And because we have a great collaboration. I think it's a beautiful thing. So,
Yeah, it is.
yep.
So Soma Fusion Media is a media production and book publishing company that explores the biggest name in industry, the frontiers of consciousness, spirituality, personal growth, the emerging paradigms in psychology, health, various sciences, and innovative philosophies that reflect commitment to the advancement of individual, social, and global awareness. People will discover that there are no rules to follow or methods to learn. Being in the moment can transform in even in an ordinary circumstance into a profound, moving catalyst. Wilt's living in the moment. We're all female team, run owned radio network. She's Australian. She has a different pacing of her
Yes.
writing. So this is hers. We air live radio shows on our exclusive platform for collective of strong, fearless female radio hosts in a male-dominated industry to raise their voices freely in their area of expertise and causes, introducing listeners to an array of guests, men and women alike, from all walks of life. We are a firm believer in unity and equality for all. Whew.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. I'll give you a ding ding.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm like, Katie, can we just like record that? Because it's just nice to like. It's not like we're held to it that we have to read it, but
Right.
whew,
Yeah.
we should just record it.
Yeah. We could play that during the intro. That'd be cool.
Yeah, at
But
some point. Yeah,
at
exactly. Just
some
add it to
point,
the end.
Yeah, right. When it's to the end of the intro, just sort of play this little uh, thing at the bottom. That would be really cool.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's sort of it can be a tongue twister when you're up first during in the morning, you know. And
Yeah. And I'm not at my best today. Not at
yeah,
all.
sort of
But
running on 3.5 hours, 4 hours fuel, you know.
yeah, that's
That's
I think that's about it for me. Maybe
yep,
3.
yeah, exactly. This is my that's been a lot of intensity with that lately. So we're going
Yeah.
to talk about shamanism today. I'm excited to talk about shamanism.
Yeah.
That's dear to my heart in the sense of the path of the shaman and what it is as a, well, what would it be? My great great grandmother was Cherokee. So I
Mhm.
feel very connected to indigenous energy, those things that are very earth earth energy, you know. And so I really sort of like hit like a slide and slid right into shamanism.
Mhm.
It's like I got on a sled and boom, there I was right into shamanism, and it sort of took me away, and I've learned a lot. I incorporate and utilize it in all my sessions that I do with people, and so I thought this would be a great thing to talk about, sort of bounce around
Yeah.
with today on No BS Friday. Yeah, um,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So
I should probably
so
start our chat.
yeah, that'd be good. Yep. Um, yeah. So excuse me. I haven't had a lot of coffee yet either, so I'm like,
I hope you have a big cup next to you.
I got a big jug of water, a big jug of water with donuts all over it. I love donuts, but they don't love. Well, that's another song. I love donuts, but they don't love me. Um, but yeah, so shamanism is a set of practices that puts connection to spirit at the very heart of the human existence. A shaman works from an altered state of consciousness to seek healing and guidance from the spirits on behalf of an individual or a community. Shamanism places a strong emphasis on ceremony. I love ceremony.
Hmm.
It's just it's very connected for me. I love that. Shaman worked closely with the spirits of place in shamanism. We aim to live a life that is a sacred balance, meaning it honors the earth and all beings. Shamanism, like Animism. What's Animism?
Uh,
Anim, Animism. I don't know. Acknowledges that everything has a dwelling spirit, not just what we consider inanimate objects, but even inanimate objects like mountains, rocks, and the wind, and the stars, and so forth, have a energy. They have a dwelling energy, and that's what they acknowledge. I mean, just like everything is sacred, nothing isn't not sacred. There are many different definitions of a shaman. Here are just a few. Uh, Shamans walk between worlds. A shaman restores harmony and energetic balance. Shamans can look into a person's body and situation, like an X-ray eye. Shamans work outside of time, so they can travel both in the past and the future. Shamans are technicians of the sacred. Shamans were the first priests, the doctors,
yep.
all rolled into one. That I think that's really cool. That was one of the things that really spoke to me at the beginning, being very connected to healing the body, soul, and spirit. That's sort of been my whole thing for my whole incarnation in this time and space, is to just bring healing to everybody. Uh yeah, inanimate objects, phenomena.
Animism. Animism.
Yes, that's the word.
Belief in natural objects, phenomena, and the universe itself that
Yeah,
desires
and
that itself
intentions.
has desires and intentions.
Okay, yeah,
Based on the philosophy of Plato and Pitha or
yes.
Pita.
Plata,
The way
yeah,
we pronounce things, people are like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah.
they're off their rockers."
They're probably like crying. Oh my God, tell them
I
to
can't
shut
believe
up.
I talked about it like
They just mutilated it. I mean, well,
that.
sorry. I do the best I can.
I can't read a
Especially,
whole, 2 paragraphs in English without messing it up
yeah. Well, yeah,
out loud.
everybody makes fun of me because I talk backwards sometimes. I'm like, I think I'm running in reverse, so putting stuff where it don't belong. But or I have my own sort of language. It takes a while to learn the dreamer language of.
It,
ask
it
anybody that
does.
ask anybody that knows me. They're like, now what did you say? Okay, yeah. Uh,
That's so
so
funny.
yeah, so it's not unusual. Um, so the shaman or shamanic practitioner is sort of that's where I sort of derive the medicine woman, medicine man. They all sort of roll together in one
Right.
collaboration. They work in the realm of spirit. They're what I one time felt the spirit tell me was to be a wind walker. You're walking
Yeah.
in the path where you're walking in the invisible and you're walking in the natural at the same time. You're
Hmm.
here, but you have this path that's like walking on the wind of spirit, and pulling from that place. So it's a very beautiful thing. Some people have taken and gone into shamanism and made it like a religion for themselves, honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's a whole
Well,
different thing than
yeah.
practicing as a shaman. To If they say I'm into shamanism, you know what I mean, and then
Sure.
practicing as a shaman, I feel like that's two different things, don't you?
E- Well, it can be one and the same,
It
but
can be, yeah, but a lot of
'cause I
people
think
that
it's so
practice it,
at
uh,
the core, you have to have some pretty like solid beliefs in some things to be able to practice shamanism. Am I
yeah,
making sense?
yeah, I agree.
But
I,
there's also like that was a really good definition, but then there's like also not like there's not an agreed upon definition either,
no,
and there's not a um culture that there wasn't some form of shamanism in its indigenous peoples
yeah,
either. So people I think sometimes think, that it's just oh they it's just those people in Peru or they're just you know
exactly,
the Native American or something like that.
yes.
Um, but that's indeed not the fact at
Mm,
all.
no, no, and healers in every, what would you call them, in every different sector of society, or different location. You take a healer, say, that is in Ireland, you know what I'm saying? Say
Hmm.
they're from that location. I don't know, I mean, if they call them shamans there or not. They might just be called uh like a Celtic witch or healer. I don't know what they call them over there, but every location has their own type of a person that was before doctors ever came into the picture, that they were the healer. They were the one they went to when they had a problem physically with the physical body, because they knew that the physical and the spirit, the physical and the non-physical, are tied together. They are
Hmm.
woven together. And if your non-physical being is not in health, it has resistance, you have um, say, damage that has been done to your field, which I call that your energy field. That's going to show up in the physical.
Right.
Absolutely. I've seen it 100 million times, all the time, with people. And that will
Hmm.
be where the spirit directs me. What's going on with this person? It is absolutely tied to a non-physical, a physical is tied to the non-physical. So that's what the shaman basically came into. They were like, and whether it was the shaman, the medicine man, the medicine woman, a Celtic witch, or they called them witch doctors or whatever in certain places. But you have to
Right.
remember the definition there. They were the person that people went to for healing, that somebody that could connect to that spirit realm, because they
Right.
knew that it was all tied together. And then here we come now into modern day society, and we treat the body like it's a machine. And if you just, oil it right and change the tires and make sure it's all tuned up, it's going to run just fine. And it doesn't work like that. The body is not a machine. We are we are a being that has a soul and an energetic body, and that we have to tend to. And
Right.
So that's where we come back. And I think if we come back into alignment with the past and bringing shamanism or these practices in front of us,
Yep.
and I know many people, like you just said, that are not indigenous and practice shamanism, or
Oh,
they are,
certainly.
or they are shamans.
I
Uh,
mean, um, I think like actually the word native, if you look like the derivation or as I say it right anyway, that just means like you were born. That's where you were born. Like you're
yeah,
natural to that space.
yep,
Like which is where the word nativity comes from
yeah,
native. So yeah, I mean, so you're going to be indigenous to wherever that is. Maybe your genetic background is, um, you know, something, but I'm not making very much sense today. I should probably just go back
that's
to
a,
bed.
it's a deep subject. I mean, this is really a deep.
Yeah, some of the things that we've talked about on other podcast or other broadcasts
Yeah,
has
broad.
been, um, you know, part of the your like a practice. I was gonna say your practice, the practice, part of
Yeah,
shamanism. Things like soul contracts and
yeah,
healing your
family
Ance-
lineage,
yeah, yeah, ancestral
lineage. Sorry.
karma, because that you don't always have to think like. And the other thing is too is there's like so many different terms that describe some of the same things that overlap as well. So
Exactly. That's right there. That gets a ding. That's the truth. No bullshit. Yeah, that's good because it's true. There's everything. It's like you and I we're on the same path, but we're on different paths. But
right,
your perception and maybe your label, your way you label things as you move through will be totally different than mine because my
right,
experience is different and because my my karmatic past is different. Everything, everything is different. My DNA and everything is so different. Where I've walked, and I think, as we have like a physical DNA, I believe we have a spiritual or what you would call a etheric,
yeah. Everybody has their own
their own
energy
own energy
fingerprint.
DNA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have your own
it.
fingerprint
Yes.
energetically.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
I remember
that,
where I heard that, and I would like to reference that at some point. Like that's cool.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
I
you're
know that's
so
true,
right
but I just can't remember exactly.
where
It's
it's at. I got
yeah.
I got a couple books here. This is called The Natural. That's where I was reading out of. First thing, The Natural Born Shaman. Natural Born Shamans. This is like a toolkit, a spiritual toolkit for life. It says using shamanism, creativity for young people of all ages. It's forwarded by Sandra Ingerman. And
Oh, she's good.
if you get into any type of shamanism, you're going to run face first into Sandra Ingerman. She's like one of the leaders, founders of bringing shamanism um, into the what would you call it? Very accepted uh, more of a Western
Yeah,
focus.
accessible
Yes,
to
very
be because
accessible.
she's wrote several books.
Yep, she
Hmm.
writes a lot. She writes a lot of books. She does, where what would you call it? Where classes. She'll bring people in,
Yes.
teach them shamanism, teach them how to focus and how to utilize it in everyday life, make it practical for you if you feel drawn to that path.
Hmm.
Not everybody, it's not the right path for everybody, is it? But it is for a lot of people. Follow
Yeah.
the Shaman's Call. This is another book I have that is really good. I don't know who forwarded this, if anybody. I don't think so. Um, who was the other guy? There was another guy too that worked with Sandra Ingerman.
Um,
Michael Harner. Was that it?
yeah, sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say farmer. That was
Yeah.
my memory. But
Harner. Yeah.
it's Turner, I think.
I
Yeah.
think it was Michael Harner, and he was very foundational too in bringing uh, the idea and concept of like that shamanism is for everybody. It's
Hmm.
not just for a certain elect people. It's for everybody that feels inclined to it. If you feel, that you feel much more drawn to a lot of people, in fact, I have met are very drawn to earth not earth religions, but what would be the word? Earth spirituality.
Hmm.
They feel very connected to that. More so, their temple is out in the woods, they don't want to go to a big building or or be with crowds of people. They don't feel drawn to that. They feel like they feel that their sacred place is out within the woods, with Mother Earth. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would call that more of an earth spirituality. And I think shamanism has a lot of that in it, definitely. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's really cool. If you want, you can take a little take on run and get your books if you want. So you want to show, and I'll
Yeah, I can bring out some. But I was also going to you mentioned that you didn't mention it, but you
yeah,
I am having a very hard time today. That's okay. We
it's
are
okay.
what we are, right?
That's right. I give you all grace and everything today. You're awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're good.
Um, yeah, let me share that so you can, but you won't be able to scroll through it. So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, let me find the article. Where did I put
Look,
it?
with the one I found,
Yeah,
11 ways
um,
to know a good shaman when you meet one. I thought it was sort of funny to say it like
yeah,
that, but I think it'd be really cool to go through it real and just sort of
a little bit. Yeah,
just paddle boat through it a little bit and see what, just bounce around a little bit and give some more information out there for folks. If they're looking for a shaman, if they are interested in shamanism, we got some good books. There's a direction to point you. I've learned so much. Books will teach you a lot, I'm telling you.
right.
um, really.
Sure
Uh,
will.
so I've learned a lot through books, believe me. Um, and most of my experience, I'd say books are 40%, and the rest of it is actually hands-on doing.
Yes, certainly.
Yes.
So there you go. It's popped
Okay.
up.
Okay. Let's see. The let's see. Well, we go down to how do you know a bona fide shaman, one who acts as a mediator between the worlds and between the worlds, using energy and elements to heal the deepest level. When one appears in front of you, sad to say, with this popularity in this market, there's a whole bunch of people that call themselves shamans who aren't. That's true. But how can you spot the difference? So this is really good because I've had people say this to me even. How do you spot the difference? I mean, when you're looking for somebody. Number one, first of all, keep an open mind about how a shaman should look. A shaman generally prefers the outside world to not know that they are a shaman and therefore will have not have long hair or be wearing robes and headdresses you're expecting. They're more likely to be a regular person, like the guy on the corner of a shop or the middle-aged woman you walk past when you were looking for a shaman. That's pretty good. Don't ever just um, pull into it and think just because this person looks the role that they are the role. It's not like they it's not like that. Usually shamans usually don't even want to be called that sometimes, because they just really identify with their own space, and that it's an absolute gift, to
Yeah,
just be.
generally it's not something, it's not a term that they give themselves. It's somebody else, some,
Yeah, somebody else gives them
there's,
that,
yeah,
exactly.
or like multiple people in their community that they're involved with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what it's like. Somebody else sees that inside of you and they honor that and they just call it forth, honestly. And I've heard that years ago. If you see a gift in somebody, I don't care what it is. Wow, you're a painter. Wow, you are an artist. You're calling and stirring that gift that's in them up when you speak that. And so the same thing happens when somebody says, wow, I honor you as a shaman. That's usually not, you don't call yourself that, but usually that's just an honor, and you that stirs that gift up even more inside the person. So remember that they're not going to always look the part of a shaman. So, number two, find the shaman, not the other way around. This may seem obvious, but when someone approaches you and says, "Give me $50 and I'll do you a brew," this is crazy. It's hard to
I'll
if
do you a brew. Is that what it says?
it
Seriously?
says, "I'll do you a brew." It isn't hard to
I'll
be
brew you up a
persuaded.
tincture.
Yeah, it isn't hard to be persuaded. And someone who brews and works with hallucinogenics, sacred plants like echinacea. What is it called? Uh, Ayahuasca. That's it. Ayahuasca is not a shaman anyway. Tip: let your intuition guide you toward them. The best kind of shaman will let you find them. That is so good. I like that. Give me $50, I'll make you a brew. What a bunch of hooey. That's I've never heard it said like that.
So
But
somebody that does ayahuasca journeys with people or is not a shaman?
no,
I don't think that's true.
no, I think what they're saying is that if they tell you, give me $50 and I'll make you ayahuasca.
Oh
Uh,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
no, I see that, that's
I
what they're
see.
saying. That
Got it.
they let no, that's somebody like they're approaching you, what I'm saying, hey, you over there, give me this
Yeah,
mine. I'll make you some of this,
right,
No, it's the other way around. You look for them. They don't look for you, basically.
right.
So, and if they're asking you for money to make you something,
Right.
no. Okay. You can tell a lot from a shaman's attitude toward money. A shaman is a professional as well as it's a profession as a calling. Traditionally, the village shaman is the doctor of the community, rather like a GP, and a shaman has to make a living like everyone. You will find that some charge a fee on a sliding scale depending on what you can afford. A decent shaman will offer to give you that what? Will often give you the feeling that if they could, they would do it for free. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said. I want people to feel comfortable and whatever they can do. I mean, and so that's really powerful. I love that. You know, um,
Right.
that that's very powerful because I think that is I believe that as a shaman, that's a gift to bring healing, to move energy, to do all that. These are divine gifts, but they do also need. But even a gift has to have an honor, and that goes with it. That's why I always what I'm not.
What?
I don't know. I'm not awake. I'm like what?
A
uh,
good shaman is always
oh, always in a humble guy and not a rock star. A shaman's role is to be what they call in shaman circles a hollow reed. We call it the hollow bone. I call it the hollow bone. Making yourself empty so that you can feel for the other person. That's what I work and move into. This is someone free of ego who allows space for the spirit to do its work. For this reason, you will never find a famous shaman. Isn't that the truth? Or one giving special treatment to a person if they get in touch one day. This also works is a therapeutic setting. If they are there to help, tap into your own intuition, and they should only support you with that instead of overriding you. That's really good. I like that. That's so true. That I mean, I've never met a rock star shaman yet. That's the truth. Ah, what happened? My thing just went backwards. I lost my list. Hold on a minute. I hit the wrong button and lost my list here. Yay. The shaman doesn't know how to make the phone work.
you lost your list. What?
Yeah, I said I'll have to go back to it. Hold on.
That's okay.
We'll just
I and I stepped away for just a minute, but
yeah,
um
go ahead.
not a rock star, no.
Okay,
But
I'm
they're humble, but there are some there are those that are kind of like Sandra Ingerman,
yeah.
what it is. And then
That was more. I would say they're more well known. You know what I mean?
right.
They're very well, like she is. She's very well known in the shamanic community. That was the one.
Yeah.
She was one of. Well, Michael Harner was the first one I was introduced to, and
Yeah. And then there's
then there's another guy. What's
Arnold Mandel.
yes, that guy. Yep. And
And then I think uh Don Jose
yes,
Ruiz.
yep. Well, there's like a
Um,
handful of them that are sort of definitely
right. Yeah, there's
More
animals.
more well known. I wouldn't call them famous. I just say they're more well known. For some reason,
Right.
my phone is just giving me a bunch of grief.
It's okay. I got it up on the screen.
Yeah, we can just move through it like that. Yep, I can't
So
find.
I was really this one's a really good book, The
Okay.
Medicine Bag. That's
Yeah,
by Don Jose Ruiz, I think how you
Ruiz.
pronounce
Yeah.
it. Um, then Don Miguel Ruiz wrote the Four Agreements. So I think it's a different, maybe it's his
Oh
son.
yeah,
I don't
I have
know.
that book too. I forgot about the Four Agreements. That's a great book.
A lot of people know that book.
Yes, that's
Um,
really good.
and then Arnold Mindell,
Yeah.
um, The Shaman's Body. And then he also did The Dream Body, like explains like, you know, dream walking or whatever.
Okay.
Um, The Way of the Shaman by Mark Harner. You've
Oh yeah,
seen that
that's a
one?
great book. I have that too somewhere. I remember when I
And
first got into him, I bought that.
and then the Norse Shaman. I have actually a lot of other ones as well,
Mm,
but I like how the different cultures um, have a lot like super similar
yeah,
um, practices. But they just have some variations that make them
make
unique.
them unique
So
to their own location. Yeah,
mhm.
that's what I was feeling, you know. I forgot about that. That's really cool. The Norse type of Norse shaman I would probably be, well, you know, have you ever watched those shows on TV where they'll do a shaman from Peru and then they'll have like a shaman from Tibet? Man, you know,
No.
there's like a lot of similarity, you know, but
Hmm.
then there's a lot of different. I mean, the clothes are different, the way they practice is different, but they do both do ceremony. They
But they
both
do a
do.
lot of the same things. There's usually some kind of um, lighting of something. I mean,
Yep.
you can even have probably some brand of Christian shamanism. I mean, they light candles.
Yeah.
So there's all or and frankincense and
Yep.
myrrh and all that stuff. So yeah, they do that. So some kind of smoke for healing.
Yeah.
And what else? There's usually drumming.
Yeah. Yeah. Drumming is good. I like drumming. Okay.
There's a
He's
lot
on.
more. There's a lot more. But
Okay. Ask the shaman for his life story. What's that say?
um, not the whole thing, obviously, is how
Oh,
it starts out to
yeah.
say. It starts out saying, yeah, because yeah, they could be like really old, and so that'd be a really long story.
Yeah, it'd be a huge story. Uh,
Uh,
What to say?
I am
But
about. I'm,
bless you, but you're looking for signs that they have endured some kind of serious physical challenges or personal sacrifices, possibly including maybe death experience or physical disability or a potential loss. Of course, you don't wish anything bad on the
yeah,
shop.
but it's not an easy path.
Yeah,
Um, I
that's what
mean,
they're
that seems to be very consistent.
yeah, with most shamans. Yeah, they've had a really a difficult path. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's yeah, ask for the life story, but you don't want to, yeah. But yeah, as soon as they start telling the small little detail small things of loss and things that have happened, you're like, "Oh yeah, you're a shaman." Yeah, sure. Okay.
yep. Their teacher is really, really, really matters to them, and they stay in a close contact relationship typically.
Yes. Yeah, that's
It's
good.
it's that guru student or whatever,
Yeah,
that
relationship.
kind of, yeah,
Yes. Yes. Don't mistake innocence for naivety. Is that it? Is that the word?
naivety, yeah, yeah. Let's go with that. I can't pronounce that word very well, but like naiveness, being naive,
Yeah, if a shaman is what? If a shaman
is
is
sweet and likes being playful. It isn't because they're clueless. It's because in their tradition they believe that there is no such thing as good, evil, only harmony and disharmony.
oh, good. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
interesting. Oh,
Everything, like how you a lot of times will say like everything is a opportunity for growth. Everything provides a mirror to your own
yes,
expansion,
your own
things like
experience.
that, things of
Yeah,
that nature. Hmm.
yes, that's good. That's pretty interesting. Okay, number 9. on the other hand, get ready to not always hear what you want to hear. Well, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Um, I don't tell anybody what
Well,
they want to hear.
no, no, but I
I
don't. I think
tell them what I feel
you,
spirit has for them. Yeah.
yeah, you do a really good job of like, um, describing it in a way that provides the other side of things. That you're gonna get through these things, whatever somebody's issue is,
Yeah.
and yeah, you do a good job of presenting it in a gentle manner that is, healing. I mean, that's the goal ultimately, right?
Yes. And that is it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate
Yeah.
and especially sometimes when it can be difficult really to tell people things, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and because you can see a timeline sometimes, you can see an alternate timeline. That's what happens to me. Like the timeline will
Right.
split, and I can
Right.
see if, on this path you're going, if you go this way, this is what's going to happen. If we make some life changes, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You have a decision to make. You're at an impasse here, and so you,
Well, and I think it too in that moment that some things unfold, especially is our
yeah,
linear thoughts of time, maybe bring other things to light as well. So it's just kind of like that moment of if you do this, then this, and if you do
right,
this, then this.
right.
But you
Because
get
there's
further
many
enough
times.
down that road, and that might split again. So
That's right. Exactly. I mean, there's no wrong. You know,
no,
you can't get it wrong, and you're never late. So, but there is those alternate timelines that can sort of fast forward things maybe for you a little bit if you want to move through them a little quicker. But
right.
you're not can't get it wrong. You know, like you can't get it wrong, and you never get it done. So it's all good.
And a good
um,
shaman will always be there for you afterwards.
yes.
Well,
Yeah.
we did have one case, one situation where you were doing stuff pro bono for a young man who was not well,
Yes.
and I mean, we didn't cut ties with him or anything, but we just kind of it was that's a big long story why
Yeah.
we were both involved, but
Yeah.
not big long stories, but where we just kind of said, oh,
Yeah. Well, you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and when to walk away. And
and you
sometimes
got to know when to run.
and when to run. Yeah, that's right. So sometimes you do pull into that place of like, well, this may not be, um, this may not be what is needed right now.
Right,
I need to step back and allow you some space because I'm never going to push myself on anybody.
right,
They're gonna have to find me, like it said in the beginning.
right.
And so, and that will really be the true test sort of are you ready? Because you're going to be searching. You're searching for that.
Yeah.
You're searching for that person that can help you move into your greatest and highest expansion of healing and everything that you desire. So it's they're not searching for you. You're searching for them, and you will find them. Really, if you search, you will
Hmm.
find.
Hmm.
And so this is giving you good tips. I think these are really good tips, honestly, of
Yeah.
how to really, know that you found the person for you. And when you do, you're connected to what is what your desire is and what they can do for you. A good shaman will be there for you afterwards. Always go with your gut. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Always go with your gut because honestly, your um your gut will lead you right into where you need to be. If someone is saying, this guy is great, but you're thinking, I'm not sure. I like how this guy writes. Sure, yeah. And if they offer you, here, I'll conjure you this stuff for $50. No.
No,
Uh,
yeah, it's always about empowering the client, and the
yeah,
client can become, um, twisted up in their own manipulation too, and it can become a codependent situation as well. So yeah,
yeah,
you have to.
yeah.
Everybody's got to go with their gut.
Yes,
Everybody.
go with your gut in all things. That's true. And in this very much so also, what you feel. And you know what? That person, honestly, maybe they could be a great shaman and maybe you just don't connect, you know? It's
Mhm.
just not for you. That person may not be for you. It's like, I mean, I've been to, I mean, how many times have you went to even a physical doctor and you got there and you never met him before and something just did not click. The energies were just not, and you're like, nope, I'm not, I'm gonna have to find somebody else. This is just not, this person's energy doesn't resonate with me. I can't work with them. And when you're on a path for healing the body, any kind of thing to do with your body, mind, soul, spirit,
Right.
energy, you want to have somebody that you feel very connected to
Right.
and that you
I
don't.
think, I don't think I was that empowered in, years ago to say, I just went to the doctor, or whatever,
Yeah.
dentist, and they're just, there to provide the service. And, yeah, but now I definitely, for sure. I
Yeah.
have fired some doctors actually. I
Yeah.
told them, you're
Yeah.
fired.
You're fired. Yeah, that's good. That's true. Yeah, I'm just not connected to what, not it just ain't working. So, you
Yeah,
have to move on. And so that's how powerful any kind of relationships have to have a good energetic flow to them. And
yeah,
it's just a must because we don't want to create, you don't want to create more disharmony in your physical realm or in your spirit realm by connecting to somebody that's just not for you. And there's no harm in saying that, I really like you,
right,
but this just isn't for me, you know,
right.
or how your approach or whatever, or isn't for me.
Mhm.
I mean, I've had many people I've seen one time and never seen them again. And then I have people that I see regularly every month to sometimes twice a month. Um,
Right.
that people that I connect with that are they feel very guided and supported, and that's a beautiful thing. I don't have no problem with that because I feel like
Right.
we all need that. Um,
Yeah. You've seen me sometimes once a week.
yeah, exactly. I've had people, yeah, like, and we've been together like once a week at times, and it was just for guidance, support, and continual uh, where you're in a in a place and space you have to move through and you need help with that moving through
But
it a little
we've
bit.
also been working on like personal project stuff for
Yes.
expansion, you
Oh
know,
yeah. Exactly.
or you've
Exactly.
been, exploring some other things. And um, I've come over and helped you with Reiki so that, it wasn't so
Yeah.
disturbing to your energy body.
Feel. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that. I got a halo. Look at that. See it?
you
Like
do. It's
across
natural.
space. A natural halo on my head. Whee!
And I do have another book in PDF
Okay. Cool.
um, that I thought was really cool to share.
Oh, cool. Heal yourself and others with 21st century energy
Energy.
medicine. That's beautiful. Oh, I have to
Mhm.
check that out. See what it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it in PDF. I can send it to you.
Okay. Perfect. Send it to me. I'll check
Yeah,
see what I can.
I will.
I love reading and more books and expansion, learning. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, by Deborah King.
Okay. What are the chapters?
Yeah,
When
I'm gonna.
mm-hmm. What is it? What is your energy medicine? Wow. Okay.
Mhm. So interesting stuff for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's a real good way to learn more about the path. Just encouraging you, if you are feeling drawn to shamanism, um, just expand your path out there, or energy medicine, Reiki. Uh, if you feel like you travel between worlds, this is a path that you can move into and just expand yourself out there a little bit more.
Mhm.
And utilize your gifts and or whatever you feeling spirit is drawing you to. Or if you need to find a shaman, just ask and you will receive. That's what.
There is there's actually a directory, but there's far more that are not listed on that directory. Far,
Yeah.
far more.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Um,
for
I'll have to
sure.
find it.
There is a
Um,
directory. I do believe I'm in that directory. One of them, I
mhm.
know I am. I put
My
myself there,
nose has been running a lot.
but I don't. Yeah. Oh, really?
Ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm. You're feeling some energy there moving. Well, it has been a lot of stuff going on. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Lots of things going on in the spirit realm lately. Um, Lots of people, lots of things. So yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. We're kind of humdrum today, but we got somebody that told us this was a very interesting topic, so that's good.
Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad you
Yeah.
like it. I mean, if yeah, that's good. Um, I know it's a little different. I felt like I wanted just to sort of, yeah, I was very gracious, and Shannon was very gracious and was like, yeah, that sounds good. Because I was like, yeah, I mean, this is something that's more, I'm really engaged in and function in, and I'm just bathed in shamanism all the time. So for me, it's like this is what I do.
Right.
Um, and so it might not be so interesting for everybody else, but it's a path just like many others. I thought, well, we
Mhm.
could go on there's so many different paths we can talk about between, of expansion and people, how they choose to move through, whether it be, Buddhism or there are just, uh, what would you call it, Western religions, Christianity, and there's so many diverse, uh, what others are there? There's so many. Oh my gosh. Diverse paths of spirituality.
Yes.
There's the Baha religion. There's on and on
I've
and on.
never heard of that.
Baha, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know it's a taco at Taco Bell.
Baha. It's a taco. No, no, there is the Baha religion. It's a huge
Oh,
follow. They have a huge following too. They don't believe in reincarnation.
okay,
That's what I heard. I mean, don't quote me on that, nobody, but that's what a person told me.
okay.
Um, and they don't believe in past lives. Um, so they have their
Oh,
they have their own belief system, of course, like all
yeah.
things do.
It was developed in Persia and parts of the Middle East. Oh,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's spelled Baha.
yeah, yeah. J something, isn't there a J or something?
I think that's the taco.
Is that the the taco? Yeah, I don't know, but
Huh,
yeah, I have met people from this religion too, and that,
interesting.
yeah, it was very interesting because I was like, wow, okay, so you don't believe in this and that, and so that's, hey, that's fine. So I won't talk about that with you
Right,
because I don't want to, confuse anything, um,
right.
for you, or why do that? So
Yeah, we should probably wrap things up. Thank you for the beautiful discussion this morning. I have to be at work at 9.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got a little bit, and I got a client coming, so I'm
And
gonna
it's
get into it
8:59. Good thing I work right here.
right there. Yeah, you'll be there. You ain't got anywhere. Yeah, you'll be
Yeah,
there, so you ain't
I'm
got.
already there. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're good.
Yes, thank you so much. Bless you all and bless you. Thanks, Shannon. Love you.
Thank you.
And
Love you too.
it's been a good time. And
Yes,
we will be back next week. Be back, and
I'll be back.
we'll be back with some interesting discussions. And
Yeah. All right.
don't forget, same time,
Place, same station.
same station. Yes, and blessings and namaste to all of you.
Yes, you
Have a
too.
wonderful day. Bye, honey. Have a great day.
Bye.
Talk
You
to you
too.
later. Bye.